So thank you for joining us, Nicole. Nicole is going to present to us on social media, but I'll just give you a very quick intro to Nicole. Nicole has always had a passion for marketing and the wider communications field. Nicole's experience spans across much of the communications industry, with a particular expertise in the advertising sector. Throughout her career, Nicole has worked for some of Australia's largest media agencies as a media planner, buyer and strategist, working on some of Australia's largest advertising accounts, such as Woolworths Supermarkets, to name a few. With event planning, public relations and in-house marketing also a part of her professional experience, Nicole has all corners of the communications industry on her professional record. She's a social media marketing expert, helping local businesses to achieve their business and marketing objectives with social. So thank you, Nicole. I will hand over to you.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much for having me, Anil. And Vanessa, might I say, that's going to be a very hard presentation to follow. That was super informative and that was fantastic. I'm sure the group got a lot out of it. So as mentioned in the handbooks and things, so today's session, I really want to kind of dive into how you as a small business owner can generate new business through the use of social media. So that's obviously going to be our overarching topic for today. But first of all, I thought I'd just go a little bit back to basics, because I know that not everyone is as confident or familiar with social as some of you may be. So from a media landscape point of view, I thought I'd just kind of dive into why is it that social is so crucial for small businesses, and why it's now probably your number one or number two marketing channel in Australia that a lot of brands and businesses are using. So first of all, us Aussies are literally some of the largest users of social. So latest stats are saying that more than 50% of our whole population are logging into Facebook every single day. That is a huge statistic for any, marketing and media channel. So especially down under, it is absolutely huge. Everyone's on Facebook, everyone's glued to their phones. Maybe not every single person, but when you talk about 50% logging in every day, that is a hot platform where you want your business. So second point, this is a familiar stat, and I know that I've probably mentioned it to a few of you over the years. So they believe that 61% of consumers, and this is actually a global stat, 61% of consumers are more likely to trust a business with a strong social media presence over one that doesn't. So if it comes, okay, I need, I own a home and I need a solar system, I'm going to go look up the top 3 local solar businesses. I can guarantee you that now it's not just Google, it's social, because these users are already on the platform. They're already in Facebook because they're glued to it. So they're definitely going to be checking out your brand on social. And as crazy as it may seem to some of us, consumers now will judge your business very harshly on your social media presence. So it's almost like the new kind of credibility. Might sound crazy to some of us, but now in the current media landscape, it is absolutely crucial to make sure that your social presence is up for the sake of your business and your reputation. And, social is unbelievable in terms of the media platform because it's so accessible. It's initially free. If you're not doing paid activity, it's free. Anyone can sign up, anyone can access it. It's very fast, a very quick way to get out messaging. When compared with a billboard, that's weeks of going through a design, getting the skin created, approval process, getting it installed, But with social, if you need to get out urgent messages and announcements to your customers, boom, done. Social is fast, and I like to call it buildable. So social can be as little or as big as you make it for your business. And obviously, the more you get, the more you put into it. I think I wrote that wrong on the slide. you get out of it what you put into it. And if you really focus hard on your social media, you can literally have leads coming in the door every single day, both organically and paid. So that's why social is important, and that's why we're going to talk a little bit more about it today. So when we talk social, what even is social? We know what social media platforms are, but I thought I'd just give you a really, really quick fact check on Facebook and Instagram, because they're the two largest. Let's go into Facebook. 1, the pros. It's the biggest. It has the highest amount of reach, has the best tools in terms of community management tools, which we'll go into later. It's got really good notifications, very fast, quick, device friendly. It's the ultimate in terms of that. Again, good community management. And we know that everyone's on Facebook. You can guarantee that your customers are logging into Facebook most days. The cons, Facebook, because it's so great, is becoming competitive. So it's getting a little bit harder to make sure that you're getting the most out of it, i.e. it is usually done well for a business if it is done professionally, or it's completely strategic and well thought out. The other con is it's very quickly, at the end of the day, Facebook is a business. It is becoming a pay-to-play platform. So although we have plenty of clients who actually don't spend any paid activity, because over the years they've built such an organic presence with their online community, they're getting leads in that messenger inbox every single day. But most businesses will need to spend. Spend is almost always necessary. Instagram. So Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Instagram's a little bit different. So it's a little bit more visual. It's not your texty news post. It's a lot more pretty and all about aesthetics and pictures pretty much. So it is the second largest social media platform. Like I said, it's highly visual, owned by Facebook. So why it's good that it's owned by Facebook is it works really well in conjunction with Facebook, i.e. if you're doing building some Facebook ads in the back end, with a flick of a switch, you can ensure that that strategic ad campaign goes across to Instagram as a placement. So it's very functional. You can share posts between platforms. Not that we always recommend that because every audience is different, but it also has some, it's got good accessibility as well. And Instagram also has a function which is getting so popular and so much traction. Last stat I checked, there's more than 200 million daily active users of the Instagram stories function. So this is where you can kind of show behind the scenes of the business, day to day. That's getting a lot of traction, and brands and businesses, small all the way through to global, are getting huge results since they introduced that aspect of the platform. The cons of Instagram, you really need good content, good quality content to stand out. And that we know that can be hard. So now, Nikki, you're doing all this talking, get to the point. Now, how can we generate leads and sales from social? We do that via 3 ways. These are the 3 core pillar areas that you need to focus on for social. They are content, community, and advertising. So what we're going to do, we're now just going to quickly deep dive into each of these. So you've got a bit more of an idea, and it will kind of start making sense of how these 3 knit together, which ends up in good results. So what do we mean by content? When I'm talking about content, I'm referring to the physical information and the images that you're actually sharing on the pages. This, they can come in a variety of mixed media, so videos, posting a photo, sharing a blog, infographics, sharing other Facebook pages, posts. Any kind of activity that's ending up on your pages is content. And it's so great because it's so accessible, it's so quick. And what you do over time is this content needs to fall into the categories below. So you can see that content will generally educate, inspire, persuade, entertain, or showcase about your product or service, about your business. And that is really what you want your content to be doing for you, so that you're gently warming that online audience. And over time, a connected audience who is getting value from these posts, they're feeling inspired, they're feeling entertained, they're understanding how great your business is. Bear in mind, it's very hard to have a platform where you can portray your business in the best light and how you'd like it to be seen. That's what we call an owned media platform. You know, you've got an opportunity to, for free, showcase your business in the best light. It's a no-brainer. You need to be doing it. And over time, that really warms and connects your audience with you. It builds trust with the business. And over time, that ends up leading into sales and quotes through the inbox, because they know who you are, they trust you, they've seen your work, they've seen how good you are, they've seen your client reviews, testimonials. It's all good. So I do have a few more points that I can share with you in regards to content. So
we probably need to keep going, Nicole.
Yeah,
right?
That's okay. No worries. All right. So we'll pop to that second pillar, which is community. What do I mean by community? I mean, the community pillar is how you're being social with your audience, how you're interacting with them. So your community are the people who follow and like your page or who come across your page. When you have an engaged community, they actually become your advocates online. They're going to share your posts, they're going to comment, they're going to tag their friends. And the more you socialize with them, you're writing back to comments, you're liking their comments, you're having a little bit of chatter with them, the more that pushes into their feeds and their friends see it. And that's what we call social reach. So if you're a business that's really good with your customer service on social, you're engaging, you're fun, you're getting back to them quickly, you know, you're within the response time frames, this will only push your business further, build that trust, and result in more leads and sales. And as a business, just like you would if someone walks into your store, you need to constantly monitor that activity online to get the most out of them and let them know how good your customer service is. And obviously over time, a happy, positive audience who understands how great your business is, who sees how well that you react and proactively engage with them, they're more than likely to buy from you, source a quote from you, or share your business with a family or friend. Okay, so we'll just pop down to advertising. So this is pillar 3. And what do we mean by advertising? So some of you may or may not be familiar with the fact that Facebook, I know that you would all understand what Facebook ads are when they appear in the feed and it says sponsored. So the thing is, a lot of those ads aren't posts on someone's page where they've hit boost. That is not proper Facebook advertising. Real, like we're talking about real campaigns that are built in the back end of your Facebook Business Manager and your ad account. They're completely strategic and structured as per objectives, and they're highly targeted. And this, you know, they're completely measurable, they're data driven, and in the back end each day, you can log in and see your leads building up in real time. You can see those metrics increasing every day. They're the kind of ads that we're talking about. And Facebook are very, very clever, and they have a variety of Facebook ad formats that cater to all different kinds of businesses. So, for example, for a lot of our trade-based customers, they'll always opt for the lead generation Facebook ad format. And what this format does, it literally encourages that targeted audience on Facebook to fill in their name, number, mobile, hit submit to request a quote. And I know Anil can vouch for the fact that we do look after some of his clients, and the leads coming through every day for them are constant, heavy, and they're coming through. We've especially noticed post-COVID, there's a lot more marketplace activity. People are ready to spend.
Pete's now complaining of being overworked, Nicole.
Yeah, I bet. I think, poor Keith is getting flooded with leads from social, just from social. So look, there's a variety of different formats. I won't go into it, but they actually will give your business leads and sales for a very, very small spend compared to some other platforms. I'm talking from as little as $5 to $10 a day. You can get leads like Keith. So it works. Okay, so if your business or brand on social is excelling in all three of those pillars, you can bet that your business will grow and soar with social media. But it's only when you've got a good harmony between those three pillars, which is what here at Local Edge we're very focused on. You need a really good relationship between your paid activity and your organic activity, and that building that community really gets results. So just real quickly, in what way do these leads actually come in? Nikki, what are you talking about? What leads? How do they come through? They usually come through via two ways. Way one. So because your Facebook page has a message function, this also goes for your Instagram page. You've got a DM function. Over time, the more you're working on that online community and on your online social presence, you'll notice you'll get a few little message inquiries directly to your page via the inbox system. This is usually a result of consistency with social, and your audience is witnessing your educational, informative, and entertaining content. They've seen your reviews, they know you're reliable, but it's this content and consistency that lets them build the trust. It shifts your brand to being top of mind. So they're moving through those funnels from awareness, consideration, and now you've got them, as a conversion on, you're then to go and convert them in the business. But in terms of social, they've come through, they've requested a quote. Perfect. That is largely attributed to your organic activity, what we're talking about, content and your community work. However, a lot of people will also see your Facebook ads, and then they might go, oh, that's right, what was that business called? And then they're going to leave you a message. So that's one way they come in. Hi, can I please get a quote for this? And then that's when you're really fast writing back and you say, hi, Sally, thanks for getting in touch. What was your best contact details? And we'll get back to you. And then you call and arrange a quote or booking the service. The other way that the leads physically come in, like for example, for Keith. So Keith is running some Facebook ads via the lead generation objective. So each day we go into the back end. Keith doesn't actually have a CRM that will connect up to it, but there is a manual way. So every morning we go in and check Keith's leads. He could also do it himself, but we do it for him. And we can see in the back end of the ad manager a numeric number of how many leads have come through. That's all downloadable on an Excel spreadsheet with all the client's details, name, number, email address. And obviously you know what they're inquiring about because they're directly inquiring off that Facebook ad. And you obviously know what your ad was about. So they're physical ways of how you can make leads and sales from social. Proof is in the pudding, they're right there. So just to kind of finish up, so obviously with social, the possibilities are endless. As much time and effort and money that you want to put into it, you can really reap the rewards. And obviously here at Local Edge, we are so passionate about the relationship between having that good organic presence with your content and also having a little bit of paid activity to increase your reach and to really hit those targeted audiences across social. And, it's real. The proof is in the pudding. I wouldn't be sitting in this office if it didn't work. So since 2016, as an example, I know that it's actually well over this figure now. We've generated more than $35 million in leads and sales for local Penrith business owners just through social. It does work. And if you're not prepared to take social seriously, that's okay. It's not for everyone. A lot of people aren't comfortable with it, but I can definitely bet you that your competitors will be, and your competitors will start looking into it. Or they're probably already like reaping the rewards from social. So definitely something to think about if you haven't already. And yeah, it can definitely work for your business. That's
Excellent. Thanks, Nikki. Now we're going to have a Q&A, a digital marketing Q&A session after Sam's done his presentation. And I think Nicole's going to stay for that. But there was one question, Nicole, from Sarah.
Oh, yes. Yes?
She said, sharing other content, what are the legal ramifications with copyright, etc.?
Sorry, did you say sharing other people's content?
Sharing other people's content.
Oh, so what I meant by that is, so say you're a business owner. So for example, the physios who are attending today, I also look after Progressive Physio. So say you're a physiotherapist and you've got partnerships with St Mary's Junior Rugby League Club or Zoo Fitness, which those guys actually do. So what I mean by sharing content is, say there's a certain day of the week in their social media schedule that's got a spot for partners. So on that day every week, we want to do a piece of content to do with partnerships or promoting our partners. So what the Progressive Facebook page can do as the page itself, you know, one of the partners might have announced a new product or service, or they've got an event and the physios are supporting that. You can literally hit share. So you're sharing their content. That's completely fine. That's what social media is all about.
Yeah, so it's sharing content they've already posted effectively. So
yeah.
it's becoming public content anyway.
Yeah. And it's via their owned media platform, which is their Facebook page. So that's what Facebook's all about, sharing. That's completely fine.
Great, excellent. Well, thank you very much.